What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got some F2 gameplay of F1 2019 provided by Codemasters, so shout out to those guys for sending over the footage. This is Lando Norris around the Bahrain International Circuit in the afternoon, so you can see the light is slowly starting to fade. It is a bit of a good comparison to make up against the Renault gameplay of Daniel Ricciardo here from last week. That footage, by the way, absolutely stunning. If you haven't seen that already, go check it out. And massive thank you to everyone who checked out my first video. That video did insane. But anyway, this is Lando Norris in the Carlin F2 car from 2018. My goodness, that sounds incredible. Codemasters are really up their game when it comes to the audio department the last few years, and it really shows. But anyway, you're probably wondering why we're showcasing a 2018 F2 car as opposed to a 2019 F2 car. Now, there's good reason for this. It's all to do with the career mode. So when you boot up F1 2019 for the first time and start your career mode, you'll be thrown into an F2 team. And essentially, you've got to fight your way into F1. You've got to impress some teams. And you do that by starting in the 2018 season. So it makes perfect sense. You've got like 3 races to impress. I believe you join a F1 Academy, like a junior driver program. So you could be in a Mercedes Academy, you could be Ferrari, Red Bull, Renault. Did I say Renault already? I don't know. Anyway, free advertisement for Renault, there you go. So yeah, you have a few races to impress. Remains to be seen whether your choice of team in F2 affects your chances of going to a particular team in F1. That's something I'll have to ask Codemasters about, but that is an element that is in the game, and it's really refreshing to see that you have to fight your way into F1. I've been talking about this in, new game ideas videos for the last couple of years, and now finally we have the chance to shape our career before it even really starts in the F1 process. So it's a step in the right direction. Of course, there will be some people who are not happy with only having 3 races, but I feel like that is, for me, the perfect balance. You don't want to do a F2 season. I think the vast majority of people probably won't be as interested in doing a race calendar that long, but who knows, in the future we could look at extending that if you really want to. But I feel like for me that's perfect. Just do a couple of races, get our feet wet. That's not the term. Get our appetite wet, get our feet on the ground. I should stop. I should really stop. We get a chance to see what our pace is like in F2, we impress a couple of guys, and then we make the step up into F1. I think that's the perfect balance for me anyway. But, yeah. Really, really cool concept. The cars look and sound really good. Obviously lacking a lot of downforce versus the F1 car. I don't know if you saw it, but I did a comparison of the F2 and the F1 car, and it went exactly like you thought it would. I don't know why. I just thought it would be pretty close if I compared an F2 car to the weakest F1 car from 2018, but it didn't go too well. You guys absolutely roasted me in the comments, so thank you very much for that. But who knows, if I get behind the wheel of the car and really wring the neck out of it, who knows, we might be able to get close, but we'll see. That's the F2 car. There's nothing really too much to say, to be honest. It is only B-roll footage. I can't really tell you how it feels, how it drives, if it's too slow, if it's engaging enough to drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to jump on a Assetto Corsa in an F2 car. I have no idea what track I'm going to jump on, but I'll tell you that as I go, and we're going to have a race and tell you exactly what it's like to drive an F2 car virtually. Okay, so here we are then, lads and ladies, if you're watching. We are at the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone, 21st place, so we're starting last. We've got a full field of F2 cars. Or I say full field, I don't know how many there is supposed to be specifically, but it is a pretty stacked field, nonetheless. I've done no practice on the build-up to this, so we're just going to do this race. I'm going to tell you how this car feels, whether I feel like it's exciting enough, whether it's fast enough, is it too slow, I don't know. We're going to answer all of those questions and more in this video. So let's cut right to the chase. Let's start the British Grand Prix and see how far up the field we can get in a 5-lap race around Silverstone. Car sounds good though, I'll give it that much. 6 red lights, away we go. Not a bad start, it must be said. Let's see how many positions we can pick up off the start here. Just not even getting a feel for the car before we even have to, you know, throw ourselves in the deep end and start overtaking cars. We are not given any warm-up, but, you know, I've driven the F1 car on Assetto Corsa. It's pretty darn brutal. The F2 car should be a little bit more tamed, toned down, shall I say. So hopefully I can handle the power, I suppose. Here we go. Not too sure if the AI are going to be too difficult or not. I need to work out which button is DRS because the AI are utilizing that fully. That's a mistake. Where's my DRS? That is not DRS, is it? We can use this camera to figure out if we have DRS enabled. Alright, let's try this again. This time without the mistakes, please. 6 red lights. Away we go. This time was a lot more wheel spin. I was a bit more aggressive with the throttle inputs. Now this time let's be more aggressive with the amount of positions we make up. Shall we? That AI car, I'm gonna say it, it just pretended like I wasn't there. I still have no idea what this car feels like under me. And I've also figured out that I don't have the DRS button mapped to my wheel. So that is an extra thing we're gonna have to overcome. I can't jump on the brakes too much, otherwise we lose the back end like that. So we can't throw it into corners either. Yep. Okay, this car is a little bit more brutal than what I thought it was. My preconceived impressions of this car coming into this was that, you know, you can absolutely throw this car around the track like a rag doll and it'll accept it, but no, you've got to be somewhat delicate with it like on the F1 car with the Assetto Corsa. Oh, that's a crunch. This is just terrible gameplay. So what are we saying then? That was the move around the outside. That was pretty handy, I will say. But then we come here and this guy just goes for the gap. That was, I don't know, I need to have another look and rewind it a little bit, but I feel like that was my corner. Hello. A wild Tiametmarduk appears. Alright, here we go again. Around the outside. We get the momentum on this guy here. Now, normally you would think to back out, but no, he has absolutely yeeted it from Mars. And that's us out of the race. But thankfully, we're playing a video game, so we can go again. Boogity, 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 let's go racing. All the good stuff. That attempt never happened. Oh dear, car park. We've got Tesco's at rush hour here. Everyone's coming in for their meal deals. You know, I was almost contemplating backing off completely and then catching up, I suppose, if I had any pace. I still have no idea what I'm actually doing, but yeah. What I will say is the cars don't feel slow. I was worried because it did kind of look slow on the B-roll footage from Codemasters. But, you know, to be fair, that footage is grabbed from an AI player driving, probably on a low difficulty, and it's not a true representation of what a human can do. Obviously, we like to push the limits as much as we can get away with. So I will be really interested to see what the Codemasters adaptation of an F2 car is like. But for the moment, this is the best we have. And for those people who are confused, this is not F1 2019 that I'm playing right now. This is Assetto Corsa. It's a PC game. Yeah, you can do all kinds of crazy mods and stuff to it, which is really, really insane. But we got the Halo integration. You know, Halo does not even bother me now. I don't even notice it. I only kind of noticed it right now, to be honest. That is how much or how little of a distraction it is at the moment. What will be really cool to try is like Halo in VR. I actually bought a VR headset today, and I'm going to make a video maybe at some point next week of me driving an F1 car in VR around different race circuits and kind of showing you guys my experience of that. I think that'll be really, really cool to document. So I'm really looking forward to that. The brief moments of VR experience that I do have been phenomenal. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what it's like now. A few years later, now that it's progressed as much as what it has. Really does suit racing games down to a T. It's the best application you can use VR for, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. I'm really struggling with the back end. I'm running a stock setup, so I don't know if that's like hurting my experience in this car or not. Just be delicate with the steering angle. Don't want to chew at the wheel too much. Otherwise the tyres won't like it. I won't like it. And my team won't like it, because they'll be forking out a big bill as they look to arrest my car out of a barrier. But I, for the life of me, cannot drive on Assetto Corsa. I think that is the big takeaway of this video. Still, somehow, I'm not in last place. Let's see if we can go flat through turn 1. No, don't quite have the downforce. You got to lift through there. And a downshift to 5th gear, I'd say. Oh! G'day. I am absolutely hopeless, and that curb just loves to send me on expeditions that I did not sign up for. What am I doing with my life? I think I've absolutely cheesed these tyres, by the way. Too many spins has just resulted in them just being, yeah, a tasty slice of Parmesan on the rear end. Yeah, that was my fault, actually. I touched the grass. Pit stop time. I'm running about 55 ballast on the rear. That's the only explanation. It's going to be mighty close between us getting lapped or not. Is that... Oh no. Which one's my pit crew guy? Who's mine? Can I run people over? Yes, I can. That's fantastic. Here we go. Pit lane. Number 1 at the end. My dude here's got some pretty snazzy glasses on. Can I go? Yes, I can go. Thank you. The world's fastest pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. You've just witnessed it on the Tiametmarduk channel. And now we get to go ham on some lap cars. I've never done like a proper race on Assetto Corsa before. So I couldn't tell you if that pit stop went smoothly or not, and whether that was supposed to happen. But, you know, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure my tyres did not get changed. But in any case, we took a trundle through the pit lane. We were able to cool out the tyres, so hopefully they're ready for action on this last lap here for me. And we can hopefully overtake some cars, even though they've already finished the race, and restore a bit of dignity. I mean, if I can't overtake these cars before the end of the lap, and then I should retire myself from this game entirely. That VR headset is gonna not get used at all now, because, well, I was only planning to use it on Assetto Corsa, but anyway. Through Maggots, Beckett's Chapel. Again, the car is very skittish through the high-speed corners. Again, could have really helped myself if I added some more rear wing or even changed the setup remotely, but we're rolling with it anyway. In summary, the F2 car is pretty fast. Exciting, yes. Challenging. Well, you can see just how challenging it is. My wheel doesn't like that. But the Codemaster's rendition of this car, I'm sure, will be much more user-friendly than this one. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I need to work on my Assetto Corsa skills, because this has been, quite frankly, atrocious. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. Not even a warning. You'll love to see it. Silverstone, F2 car, it's been fun. See you in the next video.